Have you ever felt like you're doing everything? Working all day, posting, planning, and even staying up late, and still your business or your life just isn't growing the way you hoped. You wake up tired, start the day full of intention, but somehow you end up feeling guilty, unproductive, and stuck. And you ask yourself, what are you doing wrong? Why does it feel like you're always behind? When will it finally work for you? And it hurts because deep down you know Allah created you for so much more. But no matter how much effort you put in, you still feel like something is missing. Like you're pouring from an empty cup. I know exactly how that feels because I've been there myself. Assalamu alaikum, beautiful souls. My name is Marian Ali Maulid. I'm the founder of Daib Lifestyle, and I help Muslim women rebuild their mindset, identity, and business with tawakkul, clarity, and purpose, so they can grow without burning out, inshallah. And today, I want to show you how to identify the 20% that drives 80% of your growth through an Islamic lens, inshallah. Because the truth is, most of us are exhausting ourselves doing too much of the wrong things while neglecting the few actions that actually hold the most barakah and transformation. When I started my business, I was doing everything. I thought success required designing, planning, writing, posting, attending every course, rewriting every caption, perhaps avoiding things that truly moved my business forward. Things like doing sales calls, talking about my product to others, going live on social media, asking for the sale, creating ads that actually make me visible. I told myself, I'm not ready yet. But in reality, I was afraid to fail, afraid to be seen, afraid to disappoint others. So I stayed busy instead of being effective, subhanAllah. I filled my days with comfortable tasks, things that made me feel productive, but actually was not creating results. And subhanAllah, when I finally paused and reflected, I realized that my growth was hidden in the very things that I was running away from. Those uncomfortable tasks were actually my 20%. The ones that would stretch me, that would grow me and build my business. But fear had disguised itself as preparation. And that's what self-sabotage really is. Avoiding your breakthrough in the name of being busy. So one day, as I was journaling, I saw this ayah that completely shifted how I saw effort and focus, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَقُلْ اعْمَلُوا فَسَيَرَ اللَّهُ عَمَلَكُمْ وَرَسُولَهُ وَالْمُؤْمِنُونَ. And say, doing righteous deeds, for Allah will see your deeds, and so will His Messenger and His believers. Surah At-Tawbah. This ayah reminded me that Allah doesn't just look at the amount of work, He looks at the quality and the sincerity behind it. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things with pure intention and focus. That's when I started asking myself, right, so what actions am I doing for people's approval? And what actions am I doing sincerely for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And where am I depending on my effort instead of Allah's barakah? Because the moment you shift your intention from I need to do more to I need to do what matters most for the sake of Allah, your results will multiply. And subhanAllah, it's not by logic, but by barakah. So let's get practical, inshallah ta'ala. Here's how to identify your 20%. Step 1. Audit your effort. And what I mean by this is look at the last month. What actions brought you results? Clients, clarity, peace, growth. These are your 20%. For example, maybe your result came from showing up live on social media instead of hiding behind posts, sending one confident message instead of rewriting content for hours, spending 30 minutes in deep dua and reflection instead of 5 hours in panic. Start recognizing those patterns. Your barakah lives in these patterns. Step 2, write down everything that drains you but doesn't move you forward. And what I mean by this is things like over editing, comparing, scrolling, working on your brand colors, waiting for the perfect time. These are your energy leaks. The Prophet ﷺ said, the strong believer is better and more beloved to Allah than the weak believer, while there is good in both, right? Now, in this case, strength is about focus, being disciplined, consistent, and intentional. And don't let shaitan distract you through busyness. Step 3, every morning ask yourself, what is one thing, the one action that I can do today that will bring me closer to my purpose and closer to Allah? Now that question alone can change your life. If you do that one thing with sincerity, tawakkul and focus, you'll see barakah pour into your results. Step 4, multiply with barakah. Now your 20% only works when your intention is pure. Do your work not just for income, but for ihsan and excellence for Allah's sake. And when you align your effort with faith, Allah multiplies it beyond measure, subhanAllah. Remember, Allah can take a single sincere act and turn it into abundance. Now, once I began focusing on only my 20%, everything changed, both in business and in my personal life. I stopped saying yes to everything. I stopped overthinking. I stopped chasing what looked productive. And I started doing what truly mattered. And that meant speaking to my audience with authenticity, coaching women deeply instead of chasing the algorithm, taking time to recharge spiritually before working. And subhanAllah, when I did less, but with more presence, more peace and more tawakkul, my business grew faster, subhanAllah, because I wasn't just working, I was working with Allah. And I realized the 20% that grows your business is the 20% that grows your soul too. When you focus on alignment instead of exhaustion, Allah gives you barakah. All of a sudden, your time expands, your ideas flow, and peace returns, subhanAllah. So my dear sister, if you're feeling lost, scattered or burnt out, pause. You don't need to do everything. And ask yourself, what's your true 20%? And where is your barakah hidden in your life? Because Allah doesn't reward how much you do, He rewards how sincere you are when you do it. And if you're ready to overcome self-sabotage, reconnect with Allah, and finally focus on what truly matters, I'd love to guide you inside our Ultimate Business Mindset Accelerator program, where we do this deep inner and business work together every single week, inshallah ta'ala. And remember, barakah lives in focus. The more you trust Allah, the simpler success becomes. And if you haven't subscribed already, I would love to invite you to subscribe and share this video with someone that you think might benefit from it. And until then, inshallah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.